Well, hey guys, welcome back to Southern Adventures. So about a year ago, I was out in the woods. I had a little bit of a scare and got to thinking during that situation that I really don't bring anything with me out on these little adventures that I do. A lot of times I'll go out in the woods on a 2 or 3 mile hike and even further sometimes and just have my camera equipment with me. So I wanted to bring something along with me when I go on these trips that I can pretty much just keep in my truck full time, and I never have to worry about whether I have any kind of additional gear, food, that type of thing for whatever situation might come up. You never know. So you could be out in the woods and get caught out there, your vehicle break down, and you might need a little bit of food, things like that, to be able to survive for a night. You could be stranded on the side of the road and need to get home. You know, I call this like an emergency bag, but also this is something that you could consider like a bug-in bag. If something, you know, worldly happens and you are a couple miles, 10, 15 miles away from home and you've got to walk in to get back to your house, then this would be one of the perfect little things to have in your vehicle at all times. So I chose just a little sling bag to put all my gear in, you know, to keep in the truck. And as you can see, I kept it under my seat at all times. It's out of the way and it's there every time I need it. So just to get into it a little bit, everything that's in this pack, I already had laying around the house. You know, I had this little bag already and gear that was just laying around not being used, a little bit of food, extra food that I had laying around. So I thought I'd put it all in one bag, have it in the truck, you know, whenever it's ready to go. So I'm going to simply go through the bag a little bit here. Now this will vary for whatever situation you feel like, you know, you're going to be in, what kind of needs that you feel like you're going to have. This is just me. So feel free in the comments if you feel like anything should be added to this bag or something maybe you would add to your bag. I would like to know and be able to respond to that as well. So we'll start off here, and the camera might be a little bit shaky on this one because it is on the back of the truck, but just in the sling itself, I've got a little knife here, just a simple knife. You never know if you're going to need something like that. Also, you know, today in this world, we all have electronics, and cell phones, all that kind of stuff still may work in situations like this. So I wanted to have a little way of charging that up. So I do have a small 7-watt solar panel in here as well, and also keep my map for the surrounding area. So it's good to have anywhere you know you're going to be in your surrounding area, a little map of the woods and your surrounding counties and things like that. So that all stays there in that one little back section. I'll put that to the side, and then we'll start in the front here of the bag. And there's all kinds of other little spots you can put things. This is kind of minimalist for me, so we'll get into the front satchel here. And so I've got some caffeine and B vitamin energy drink stuff here, just to be able to add to a bottle of water if I need a little bit extra energy. I also have a emergency blanket and some just regular old hot hands. Stick in your pocket, you know, keep warm if it's a really cold day, that type of thing as well. And then just a few more energy drink type stuff to throw in your water bottle. So I like to have that kind of stuff with me just to keep myself hydrated, keep some electrolytes in me so I can keep going if needs be. Top little satchel here. I always, in everything that I have, I always put a thing of 550 cord. This is just a 100-foot roll, brand new roll I stuck in here. And I'll show you how this comes into play in just a few minutes here. I'll lay that to the side. And then just in case I need to spend an overnight at some point in time, I do have a quick survival, just something to help you light a fire, that type of thing. I think there's, 3 fire starters in here and they last about 10 minutes. So lay that to the side as well. And lastly here, I've got a, this is just for a comfort thing. So if I'm out and I want to jot a few things down, I do have, you know, just a pen and a pad to write some things down, things I see I may want to address later. And then just an emergency poncho in there as well. So I got one more satchel here on the outside before we'll go to the inside. And there's not much on the inside, not much we have left here. Like I said, this is minimal. But I do want to have this ready for, you know, whenever I need it. This is just a normal headlamp. One thing that I do have a a flashlight as well. And kind of one of the things I was thinking about upgrading is I want to be able to have these two items are just battery operated, and I want two of these items that can be rechargeable. That way I could use that solar panel with them as well, not just on a battery bank or a cell phone or something like that. So definitely something I'm looking at upgrading there in the future as well. So two different light sources to have. And again, if you're out in the woods, one thing nobody ever really thinks about is bugs. You know, we're starting to come into the summer seasons right now. Bugs are already out. So I do have a citronella, just little wrist strap and some off bug spray as well. Just another little comfort item there as well. In here we also have just a charging cord for the cell phone, and then another little battery bank here. Get that in there, it's kind of stuck in there. I think that's pretty much how we have in our top satchels. Now, moving the inner section here. I've got a couple little items to begin with. So I do have a tarp. This is a 5 long, 7, so it's 5 by 7 feet. It's not much of a tarp, but that's kind of where this 550 cord comes into play. So if you get in a situation where it starts to rain, that type of thing, I can use that 550 cord and this little tarp here, to set up a temporary little shelter for myself to stay out of the rain, that type of thing. So that would be good to have. I also thought about one of those, I don't know if you've seen them, but those little SOS, tri-fold tents. They actually are a little bit smaller than this, and I feel like, with a 550 cord and something like that, might be a better option. So that might be something to look into as well. I always got a first aid kit, and just about everything I carry, so I wanted to make sure I had one in here. And this is just a simple little first aid kit. I don't even know where I picked this up at, but again, this is something I just had laying around the house. But I did add a few things to it, some extra Band-Aids and stuff, and just an extra emergency blanket, that type of thing. You can throw anything else you want in there. I do have like some Benadryl and some pain medication, that kind of stuff in here as well, so that we can, if for some reason I get myself into a allergic reaction to whatever, I've got that Benadryl in there to help me aid with that. And then just a pair of socks, an extra dry shirt, and a pair of underwear. You never know if you get wet, change all that stuff out. I know it's just a comfort thing, but your feet are very important, and having an extra pair of socks can mean the world sometimes. You guys have been in that situation or in the military, you know what I mean. So just a stainless steel cup. I don't have a stove in here or anything like that, so if I do have to start a little fire, I've got a way to heat up some extra water, if I need to purify that, or I can cook up these little meals I've got in here. So I just have about what I would consider probably 2 days worth of food here, through Mountain House. These are 2 full meals, got some beef stew and some pasta here that I keep in here as well. Again, that's a little bit of a comfort item, but it can keep you, alive if you're, a day or 2 away from home. And then just some extra little water bottles in here. I usually keep water in the truck, but I like to have some extra just in this here. And I switch these out pretty regularly. So if they're in here for about a month or so, I'll go ahead and switch these out, drink these, and put a couple new ones in here as well. So that is pretty much it when it comes to the emergency survival pack. Again, it's just a little sling pack. You can keep it together. I did forget I had a couple things up here, but they're just minimal things as well. So that is just a little wet rag that you can wet and keep around your neck to cool yourself down some. And the only other thing here I've got is some fire starter, some matches, and some electrical tape. Electrical tape I find is something you should keep, in a vehicle or in your pack at all times. It's just good for a lot of different things. And this is just a dry sack that you can keep anything that you want to keep from getting wet in there. This is a brand new one. Another good thing about these people don't think about is these will actually hold water. So if you get to a pretty decent water source, you can fill one of these up and hold a little bit of water, extra water in there as well. So again, that's everything that's in this pack. It is a sling pack. It slings over one shoulder, but you do have another strap that comes around that can secure it to your waist, so it's a little bit more comfortable to carry that way. But anyway, I just wanted to go over this. I've had a few people that have seen this pack and suggested that I put this on the channel for everybody to see. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, this little emergency pack that I put together. And again, I would like to know what you guys think and what else you would actually put into your emergency pack, or if you already have an emergency pack, just run down a list of things that you have in yours, so that might give me an idea of something maybe I didn't think about as well. But anyway, I'm going to end the video here. I appreciate you guys stopping by the channel today and checking this out. But listen, until next time, get out there and create your own adventure.